Here we go. This is project 2 for Backyard Bliss. So stand by, watch what I do and what I struggle with, and you can learn along with me. I try to make things easier for you. So thanks for watching. Bye now. Hello again. This is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and I am doing project 2 from Backyard Bliss. So we've got this die cut that I'm going to go ahead and pop the circles out here. And the funny thing is we're going to use the back side of it. So this was the printed side, I guess. I'm just taking off this 1/2-inch border. You could use that for something if you wanted to. So here we've got the other die cut sheet, and it has multiple projects on it. So we've got a lot of project 2s and a lot of project 3s. And so we've taken out the big flowers here. And there are like 4 leaves that go with project 2. There's another flower with centers. And kind of a scallopy circle. And then we've got just a few pieces left on this carrier sheet with project 3. So I'm just going to go ahead, take those out, and then get rid of the sheet. So there's one less thing hanging around. So I'm going to go ahead and tack my little corners in place with the vines going up and down. And I am also going to tack the circle die cut in place because the pictures are going to go underneath. So I'm just going to go ahead and eventually tack it into place. I'm going to go ahead and do this circle. So once again, we're doing a little dabbing of the sponge with the papaya, which sounds really good and refreshing right now. And I will eventually tack the 2 flowers there, stacked flowers, and that will go underneath that circle. So I'm just going to put some little spots of my Tombow glue up there in the corner, and then I can lift it up to put the pictures underneath. So now this was from the die cuts from the very first layout, and who knew that they were going into all the different projects? I didn't. So there's the little hearts, and I'm going to go ahead and put one of the other little die cuts that came from the large heart. Remember, it was filled with tons of hearts. So the top right and left circles are going to get pictures, and these shortbread circles are going to be good for journaling. So if you want to, you can put your lines in there, or you can just freehand it, however you want to do it. You can use a ruler and your jotting pen to make lines. So I'm going to cut this one circle in half, and it's going to go right there to kind of make a half circle and share it with the vines. Go ahead and put some Tombow on there and stack it so that the petals are going alternately with the shortbread petals. And then the circle is going on top, and I'm going to cover it with some Tombow. And I'll go ahead and put my leaves in place and kind of tuck them underneath the one flower. And same thing towards the bottom. I go through a lot of Tombow, don't I? Always. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Tombow on the other leaf and then come and put it underneath the flower. So we've got the leaves coming out from underneath the flowers. So we're starting a nice little centerpiece of a little floral bouquet. And then we've got one of the kind of periwinkle color die cuts that's going in the center of that half circle with another little kind of mink or pewter heart going off to the side. So there are some pieces that I have to tell you I had a hard time finding. And now these are from, I love this die cut sheet. I absolutely love it. But I did have some problems with finding some of the pieces that were just, they didn't look like the petals, they weren't a sticker. And I finally eventually figured out that it's once again using the opposite side of the color, circles and hearts and kind of floral type, kind of maybe stylized flowers, but they were using the flip side, and it was not abundantly obvious to me right off the bat. So I just kind of struggled with that for a little while. I do like the sticker sheet. I like that joy. I think that's real pretty. So I find a couple of the pieces that see that it's sort of a stylized flower, and you just use the flip side, the wood look side. So it took me a while to figure that out, and then you use a little tiny floral sticker in the center of it. So it's kind of difficult to kind of figure out what's what at first. So there's another of the little florals from the die cut sheet. And they have the little saying, you can use whatever sayings you want, going right in the middle of the title, which is joy. And so we can still flip those corners up to get the pictures underneath. So you can just cut them to like maybe 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 and then fit them underneath the 3 by 3 circles. So this is one of the pieces that we cut that's like 6 1/2, maybe 6 3/4, close. And we're going to go ahead and tuck some of these circles that we took out of the die cut sheet and just kind of scooch them under that area and then kind of space them so they're kind of equidistant from each other. So that's kind of the idea. And then there's going to be a zip strip that goes from top to bottom along it. So it just kind of coordinates all the colors very nicely. So there we go. And I'm just kind of putting them in place. Pretty simple, pretty doggone simple. I was thinking of putting some of the papaya, kind of stamping it with the, not really stamping it, but daubing on some color, but I decided I think I won't. I got in trouble doing that, so I think I'll stick to the basics here. Although it would look nice, because that's a lot of white over there, I have to say. I think it would probably look good, and I might do it after I'm finished for my own purpose. So I am centering these for the 4 by 6, but they're 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I'm just kind of giving enough bit of space, maybe 1/8 of an inch on either side, and then about 1/4 of an inch in between. So, and then I've got my picture placeholders in place, and we're going to have, that's kind of a mink colored floral with this little die cut, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that in place and put a leaf also underneath. And I'm just kind of keeping the stickiness away from the pictures. My usual, don't get in the way of the pictures. So here's another one of the little heart groupings that came from that first die cut sheet. And so it goes right up there in the corner. And there's going to be a really nice little tab from the wood look die cut. And then there's some little hearts that fit right into those little heart spaces. A lot of perfectly prepared cutouts. And so I'm going to go ahead and put another leaf, and that's going to go down towards the bottom. And there's going to be a floral sticker that goes in place here. Now, I also had a hard time with this particular one. So there's a heart that goes on it. So that's also from the die cut, the first die cut sheet. So there's this one, but then there's some green around there. So I'm trying to find that, and I can't find it. And so I'm looking for, there's like a green circle that goes underneath that one shortbread color up at the top there. That's just not the one in my hand. And I just fight trying to find what they're doing. And so this one, this is what they do. They have the two of the same size, different color, and then they stack them so that the petals go right in between, for lack of a better word. The petals go in between each other. So sometimes you kind of I had a hard time kind of figuring out what were they using to get at the little embellishment that they had. I have to tell you, I had kind of a hard time with it. But, you know, once I figured it out, it's like, okay, that just totally makes sense. I eventually use one of the, I'm just going to go ahead and put some powder on the sticker so it doesn't stick to the placeholder. So this, it gets a small green circle in the middle, which I finally find. But it's not that. So that one doesn't fit at all. And so I'm just trying to figure out what all that they wanted. And it's nothing that's there, as it turns out. So I find this that light green sage, really, circle. And I finally figure out it's not the heart, that sage color. There's a sticker, but it has some flowers in the middle of it. So I didn't think that they used that sticker for the backside of that shortbread. It took me a long time to figure that one out. I don't think it was written in the instructions either. So I'll take a minute here while I'm trying to figure out what's what to say, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and this is the first you're seeing it or second time, please consider subscribing, and I'd love to have you. You can, if you get these kits, you can scrap along with me, and you can maybe learn from my struggling what goes with what. I give up and I put it down there, okay? That's me giving up. And then it's like, you know what? Could it be? But those are such cute little flowers. I wouldn't think that they would try to hide those. But you know what? That's exactly what they did. And so there, that gives me just the right amount of green, like is shown in the instructions. And I never would have thought that's what they used, because it really is a cute. And you know what? You don't have to use it. If you like that little floral circle, by all means, use it the way you want to. So what fun. See, I think that right-hand sheet could benefit from some papaya inking with the sponge. Anyway, that's our second layout. That's project 2. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Leave me a comment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.